Warning: federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107.
Tiana Dye was killed in an off-campus stabbing back in July. Her friends and classmates today released balloons in her memory. Dye was 21 years old with the goal of becoming a dermatologist. Loved ones say they want to make sure she's not forgotten.
We're right across the street from the hall where I dropped her off for the very first time when she started attending ASU. So I'm very proud that everyone came to show their love. It warms my heart in those moments where I don't know where to get the warmth from. So I appreciate them all so very much.
She was a student leader here on campus. She had a very vibrant soul, and she really tried to be a light wherever she wanted to go. So I just wanted to make sure that each and every student remembered her in the way that she would have wanted to be remembered.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus, yeah. Celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PGT Time. PGT Time. Tune in on PGT Time. PGT Time. Come join us on PGT Time. PGT Time. Join us on PGT Time. PGT Time. Yeah.
In order for y'all to do what God is calling y'all to do, to take y'all platform to where it's a plateau and it can go to levels that you never seen, they'll best believe it's gonna come with devils.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like they know what I'm gonna say because it's polite. But I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody gonna clean it up.
Hey, y'all, there it go, there it go, there it go. What's goody, y'all? What's goody in your city, baby? It's goody over here on my block. I am the missus. Yes, I am the missus, baby. The missus with the kisses. Mwah. But you can call me Miss Peachy, okay? And welcome to Peachy Tea Time. Welcome to Peachy Tea Time. Everyone that's out there tonight, thank you for joining. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that like button, that share button, all that good stuff. Okay, don't forget. Please make sure you do that. And shout out to everybody that is watching, everybody that is in the chat right now. We got a show for y'all tonight. We have a show for y'all tonight. I know y'all just saw that first clip of the night. For those, this is your first time here. Peachy Tea Time is all about crime. It's your neighborhood crime channel, baby. It's your neighborhood crime channel. I am here in Georgia. Baby, having a wonderful time. At the same time, I'm letting y'all know what's going on in our communities all over the world. Okay, all over the world. So tonight, baby, we're traveling to the Alabama and Atlanta. Okay, we're doing two of them tonight. Two, Alabama and Atlanta. And we are talking about Tiana Dye tonight. All right. We're gonna talk about her. We have her family on tonight. And but of course, y'all know, for those that have been watching, know that I cannot do Peachy News edition of Peachy Tea Time without my boy Jason. My brother. Come on, brother from another mother.
That
What's
part.
going on, Jason?
We vibing, man. We here.
We here
You know what I'm
once
saying? Take
again.
a deep breath. Everybody got one in, one out. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. I sent you all the clips.
Yeah.
So you will be seeing what we'll be seeing tonight. The things that I did not send to you and Charlotte, which is our counselor, I will be bringing her up. I didn't send y'all the raw footage that we'll be showing tonight, minutes before Tiana was murdered. So I was not able to send that to you guys, but you're gonna see it tonight. You're gonna see it tonight. So is there anything you want to say? Jason always got to say his shebang bang
Yeah.
bang.
I mean, you started it off pretty nice for us. You know what I'm saying? Like letting everybody know to make sure that they like, subscribe, do the whole
Yeah, we
nine.
got the newbies in here, so I thought
You
I'd go
know.
ahead and say something.
And I love it. I love it. I love it. So guys, man, if you're in here, you could drop something in the chat by saying hello, how you feel, your sentiments to the family, all of those things and above. But also, man, make sure you guys give us a heart, a like, a thumbs up. All of that helps us reach new people so they can hear this story as well, and send their love and condolences to this family. So if you guys can, make sure you hit those like buttons, hit those thumbs up, hit the share button, share this to 5 to 10 family members or friends that you think should hear this story. And then also, if you haven't yet, hit that follow button and hit the bell notification. So when we do go live, besides Wednesdays, because we are a show that goes live on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and some Saturdays, you might want to tap in on any of those shows. You heard? Now, let's just say you don't want to watch all this on your phone and you want to go ahead and upgrade it to your TV. If you have a Roku enabled device, whether it is a television or device, you'll be able to find us on there as well. So go ahead and download us just where you'll find Hulu, Netflix, Paramount, all those same apps. You can find the PGT Time one as well. That's PGT Time, and time is spelled with the Y. That's TYME. And you'll be able to search us and watch today's show live, but also some of the previous shows and other families that we've been able to sit down with and console and hear their story, because that's what we're here for. You heard? Now, I want to say what
We
up
heard.
though to Joyce. I see you in the building. Carmen, Josette. You know what I mean? Kayla, what up though? We see y'all in the building with a Chantel. How you doing? We got family in the building. You heard? I see all of y'all. What's good?
Yes. Hey, this is Chantel Roberts. Hey. She said, why didn't you all reach out to her father? Oh, well, look, we're going to get into that then. That's the question. Is that the question?
Audra, we see you
See
in the
everything
building.
that's going on right now.
Nice.
Kayla Wren. Hey, girl. I ain't seen you in a long time either, girl. But you came back. You came back,
Came
back.
back. Welcome
Thank you.
in. Big
Thank
shout
you.
out to
Thank you.
Aleda. She's in the building with us too. Amber, we see y'all.
Chantel
What's
said,
good?
hey. she came back. She said, hey. Sorry, I forgot to say hey first. But y'all, let's go ahead and get started. We are about to bring up our counselor. Miss Charlotte. Hey,
Hi,
Charlotte.
good evening.
Good
Hi,
evening.
everybody. Yeah.
We are wonderful. How are you, Charlotte?
Huh, I'm blessed. Mm-hmm.
Blessed, baby. She blessed and highly favored. She is
Okay.
blessed and highly favored, girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, thank you again for coming. Another night, another Wednesday, another Peachy News edition. And each and every time you have showed up, you have done an amazing, amazing job. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Always, always. Wouldn't miss it. Wouldn't miss it.
Thank you,
All the
boo.
love.
Yeah. Now you said that you heard about this story before
Yes.
I presented it to you that we was gonna be covering it and have the family on. So you said you heard about it, girl.
Yes, it was we caught it on the news, my girlfriend and I. We just, happened and we talk about those kinds of stories, especially with our college students and our babies, our people, and the
Hmm.
things that and how coverage and the things that we just need to take more notice of as a community, and love on one another instead of doing the things that we do to one another, hurting each other.
Exactly, exactly. Well, y'all, we are about to bring up the mother, Miss Danielle Luckett, the mother of Miss Tiana Die. Um, I have not officially met Danielle face to face, but I saw a young lady's platform. Her name is Leah Gordon. And I suggest that anybody out there that loves crime videos and y'all be out there on YouTube all the time, please, if you are not already, please subscribe to her page. I saw Danielle on there and I reached out to Danielle, and Danielle agreed to come onto my platform to share her loved one story with my viewers. And of course, her family and friends just as well. So we are going to go ahead and bring her up. Here go Miss Danielle Luckett.
Hello.
Hey boo, how you doing over there, girl?
I'm doing okay today. How are you?
Yes.
Oh,
We are wonderful. We are wonderful. And like I told you before we started the show, thank you and for trusting myself and my co-host um, with your daughter's story. You could have just said no, but I'm sure just as well you want to keep your daughter's name alive. And
absolutely.
most importantly, we want to make sure that people are aware of the story and what happened from um, the best of your knowledge, what has happened, and justice need to be served.
Absolutely.
We're gonna say that justice needs to be served. Now we did have Jayla on, but it looks like she fell off. So Jayla, if you are in the chat and you're watching, if you want to come back up, just come on back up. It won't put you on the screen right away, so I will hear you and see you. And anybody else that was supposed to come up that I sent the email to, um, if for some reason you weren't able to get here on time and you see that the show have started, that's still fine. Please come on up. You won't be on the screen right away. I know that's a big factor to people, y'all. So you won't be on the screen right away, but I will see you and I will hear you, and then I will introduce you up on the platform. All right, so let's get started. Miss Danielle Luckett, let's get started. Tell us a little bit about your baby, Miss Tiana died, and about you. And did Tiana have other siblings? Let us know.
Well, Tiana was my middle child. Um, Tiana was always that little girl who somehow could feel how you were feeling, knew when you needed a hug, and would just come over and smile and hug you. And you couldn't do anything but smile back at her. She does have two sisters. One older sister, my daughter Simone, and her younger sister Brianna. Um, Brianna wanted to be on, but she's still feeling quite emotional, and she says she'd just rather watch. Um,
Okay.
Tiana had spirit about even during times where she felt like she didn't fit in. um, you never know that. She could make someone else feel like they fit in just being around her. And I
Mhm.
found that out at the services where there were people there I had never seen, and they were crying, and I went to greet them, and they told me how much they loved her and how much she made them feel loved. And that just warmed my heart. Um, she was looking to be a dermatologist because, as a young black girl, she had a lot of skin issues. And they at times affected her self esteem. She kind of went through trying to figure out what works for her skin, getting rid of blemishes. And as a teenager, they want to wear makeup and change their look. And Tiana, self taught, became one of the best makeup artists I've ever seen. Um, Never went to school for it. Just had this passion, and her hands were just so blessed. Everything you see is done by herself, including hair. She could install a wig and do some braids all the way down to your ankles. Okay. And I'm
Wow.
just so proud of her. Um, a student in student government, honor society, NAACP chapter, in the community. Um, she just had this beautiful soul.
Wow. And she was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely stunning. I
Thank
mean,
you.
I saw some of the videos with her doing her makeup and everything. She was a beast when it comes to
Yeah,
that makeup.
yeah,
She did her thing, you know.
she really.
And I noticed that she loved to take pictures. She loved
Yes,
taking pictures, you know, and go ahead.
that's a story. Tiana regained herself. When she turned 18, she had this internal glow about herself, where she didn't need anybody to tell her who she was. She knew who she was. Um, and she, every year from age 18 to 21, she scheduled her own photo shoot and she did her own makeup and hair, but she did go get those nails done. Um, and her photo shoots were amazing, just amazing.
Amazing. I gotta show
Hmm.
one of them. I gotta show one of them. I wasn't
You
gonna
can.
show it y'all because it is in the tribute video, but I gotta show it. This was one of my favorites, y'all.
Uh,
Flawless, flawless, flawless.
yes, ma'am. That's my favorite too.
Yes, like this is how you know that she is a makeup artist. She loves taking pictures. She definitely is well kept. You know what I'm saying? Like you can tell. You can tell,
Mhm.
especially by that picture. I loved it. And she has so many more beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pictures.
Thank
I know
you.
you
She
was proud, baby. I know you're proud.
absolutely forever will be.
Exactly. Now you said she was good in school. Was she a straight A student? Did you have any problems with her in school?
Tiana was that teacher's pet. Um, Teachers loved that she was ready to do her work. She would ask questions if needed. She would do extra credit because she wanted A's. If she got a
Okay.
B, she wasn't too happy. She wanted to do better. Um, she and that's been since grade school.
Okay.
She's gotten every award from the President's Award. She graduated high school top 10% of her class. Um, she pretty much was a straight A student until she got one class where she would call me and say, "Mommy, oh, I don't like this class." Um, but she ended up with a B plus, and she said, "Okay, I can deal with that. I did my best." And I would always make her feel like just because it doesn't say A doesn't mean that you. So still
Okay.
so very proud always.
Now, was she your firstborn? Do you have any other children?
My oldest daughter is Simone, and Tiana was my middle child, and I have a younger daughter who's 19, Brianna.
Okay. So you had all girls.
All girls.
Now, how are the other two dealing with such a tragedy?
Um, as you see, my youngest daughter, she's still not ready to really talk about it, especially not in the public eye. Um,
Hmm.
that was her best friend. Mm, they're only a year and a half apart. So they grew up together, growing together, falling together. And so she's having a really tough time. And then on the other hand, her and my oldest daughter, they had a bond like no other as well. And so she's taking it pretty hard as well. Finding
Okay.
it hard to just recognize life without her present.
Exactly. Now, everyone that's watching, if you have not heard about this story, this is still fresh for the family. This just happened in July of this year. July of this year. So it's hard for anybody to come up. But when you're a mother, you know you can't stop. You know you got to keep going. Fathers too, don't get me wrong. You know you got to keep going. You can't stop. You have to try to be strong for everybody. But mothers also have to be able to grieve as well. But Danielle, I understand that you can't stop at this point. You got to keep it going. This story needs to get out more and more, more and more. So someone that can help can see what is going on here. So
Absolutely.
exactly. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna show a first clip. Okay. Girl, everybody is in the chat, Danielle. They is in the chat. I see y'all. We're gonna put they is here for you tonight. They are here for you tonight.
Appreciate you all, everyone.
Yes. Now, before I play this first clip, because I don't want anybody to be confused. You and your family is in Atlanta. Y'all from Atlanta. Y'all was living in Atlanta at the time.
Yes.
Okay. You was living in Atlanta at the time. Um, Tiana decided to go to school in Alabama.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Now, how long was she living in Alabama?
Tiana was going to be a senior in August. She would have been in her senior year. So this would have been her going on third year, because she went to school through summer. Um, so it shortened, the time expected for her to be in classes.
Okay. Okay. So, y'all, we're gonna play this first clip. Once we play this first clip, we have other things that we have to show just as well. So here we go.
Police are still investigating the circumstances of the stabbing of a student near Alabama State University's campus.
We're talking about 21-year-old Tiana Dye. She's from Metro Atlanta, was from Metro Atlanta, was found dead there over the weekend. And right now, no one has been arrested. 11 Alive Teresa Bowles spoke with Dye's mother today about why she is not giving up. Teresa?
Ron, Tiana's mom says she's going to be hounding authorities until whoever did this to her daughter is behind bars.
It was the worst day of my life. And it still is.
It's been 3 days since Danielle Luckett's daughter, Tiana Dye, was found dead, stabbed in the chest, and she says it hasn't gotten any easier.
I don't understand how to live forward knowing I'll never see my child again. Ever.
21-year-old Tiana, who was studying biochemistry at Alabama State University, was living in off-campus housing during summer classes. Luckett got the devastating call Sunday about her daughter's death. Montgomery police are still investigating what happened, and while they have not made an arrest, Luckett has a suspect in mind.
They haven't done their due diligence. My daughter shared everything with me.
Luckett shared with me ring camera footage of someone leaving a knife on her daughter's porch. We won't show it because there's been no arrest. Police have not named a person of interest, and that's why Luckett can't wrap her head around why whoever stabbed her daughter is free. So she's not giving up her fight for justice.
This does not seem like any accident or self-defense. I see my daughter as being murdered and it being intentional, and something has to be done.
Tiana was a rising senior at ASU set to graduate next spring. If you'd like to support the family's online fundraiser, we have it linked on 11.
All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's start from the beginning. Like, when did she started having it? No, let's not even start there. When did she was she ever living on campus?
Tiana was living on campus when she first started ASU. As one of your clips showed, the balloon release there right across from Dunn's Hall, where me, my daughters dropped her off to her dorm and helped her unpack. So she was on campus for some time. Um, she had, of course, in a dorm you have roommates and dorm mates, and so there was a lot of issues going on. Tiana had a boyfriend. um, Everyone seemed to be fine with her when she was giving out free makeovers, um, but when
Mm.
she started to branch out further, it became a little bit stressful there. And Tiana was never really used to sharing space. She had her own room at home, but she was willing to do it. And so she became a little bit frustrated with having to be there with the tension and the animosity that seemed to come from the other young ladies. Um, and she proposed to move off campus, which a home that would house other college students was presented to her by her freshman professor. Um, and she sent it to me. And you talk to your child, are you sure this is something you want to do? And she said she just wanted to have a little more freedom and space. And so I told her, I can't be there, but FaceTime me so I can walk through the entire thing with you. And that's what we did. She said she felt comfortable. She was in walking distance of school, not too far from her job. And so I told her, you're at the age where you are allowed to make your own decisions. I just want to make sure this is something you want to do. And she moved in. Um, I was there the day she moved in. I drove her from here with all her stuff, helped her bring it inside, took her, what moms do, took her to buy an entire kitchen of what you need, seasonings, all those things. That's what you do for your kids. Um, and her friend Caitlin, who later began to live there, was with her and stayed the night with her. And she was now her independent self and the only person in the home at the time.
Okay. Okay. Um, I'm trying to. There's something I want to say,
Okay.
and I didn't. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I feel like I'm being distracted, Jason. And I know sometimes you have to keep going and keep going and keep going, but
And
PG
do.
time is different. It's different. We different over here, Jason. You know, um, the two people in the chat. I'm not gonna mention any names, um, but this isn't the time for that, y'all. Let's have respect for Danielle and her story. I'm not gonna put the comments up. That's not gonna happen. But the people that's watching, that's on that platform, because we live on 7 different platforms, So, and I can tell that you all know Danielle very well. So out of respect, let's not do this. Let's just listen to what Miss Danielle has to say. Danielle, we'll talk about it after the show, but y'all, let's just be respectful, because when y'all doing that in the chat, that means they're paying attention to the chat. And some people, it's hard for them to listen and read at the same time. So let's give Danielle the respect. That's all I'm asking. All right, Danielle. I
Okay.
had to. I had to. I'm sorry, but I had to.
No problem.
Okay. Definitely, definitely. So let's go back to let's go to that day. That day. Okay, let's go to that day that all of this occurred. But I know there was some things that led up to it as
Yes.
well, and I definitely want to talk about that too. But let's just get started with the day. What occurred on that day, and some of the things that you were aware of, and we do have some um text messages. I don't
Yeah,
know if you want to show those. Are we allowed to show those tonight?
you are. Oh,
Okay.
you can show if you're asking me. I don't know. I couldn't hear.
Oh no, I was asking, are we able to show the text messages tonight? Okay. So, what are some of the things that you knew about um the issues that she was going through with this
Right.
young lady inside of the home? Because she's moved into the home
Yes.
with Caitlin, and was there any more girls?
Well, so as I stated, Tiana was at the home by herself for months. There were no other roommates yet. Um, there were another set of roommates who moved in before Jayla and Caitlin got there.
Okay.
Yeah, and so Tiana did their makeup and hair and things of that nature as well. Um, Caitlin and Jayla moved in, I believe. Caitlin moved in last year, and I believe Jayla might have moved in this year. Um, and the young lady moved in ooh, I want to say May. I want to say
Okay.
May. Um, but so, from my understanding, and of course, me not being present there at the time, um, they had a house meeting, as you do when you share a home. Um, but Caitlin remembers a comment from the young lady, um, stating to my daughter, "You have a nice body." And they all looked at her like, okay, that's weird. Like, what does that have to do with our house meeting? And so as time progressed, my daughter was saying that this young lady seemed to have a weird vibe. My daughter worked. She bought makeup products, which were quite expensive for herself and for her customers. Um, and the young lady began taking things of hers because there's shared bathrooms, right? And her products would come up missing, or she would have used it and didn't ask. They have shared refrigerator space, as you do when you're sharing a home. And the young lady was not only taking things that didn't belong to her from Tiana, but she was also taking them from the other roommates. Um, they began to talk to the landlord, Mr. Irvin, but he didn't seem to make it a sense of urgency that he addressed the situation until the moment came where the young lady tried to approach my daughter by coming to her room, but my daughter was in school. So when she got home, she knocked on the girl's door and said, "What is it that you want?" The young lady began to, as young girls do, go back and forth. And the young lady hit my daughter in the face with a gun. Now, my daughter has never been the type to be afraid. She doesn't walk around with fear. Um, and she's going to defend herself. And so they had a fight. My daughter called me frantic. She FaceTimed me because she reached out to the landlord and he came over to talk. But the only thing that he seemed to be concerned about and stated on this call is that you are young black women. You need to learn to get along. You're here to get your education. You need to work this out. Me on the other line is asking him, okay, I'm not understanding why she gets to stay there. She has a weapon in the home with not just my daughter, but there are other residents there. that's a safety issue if she feels that she's comfortable hitting people with guns. Because what comes next? Um,
Exactly.
you know, and I've seen the negative comments, and when you're fighting for justice like this, you know that negative comments are going to come up.
That is correct.
And I can address them with the same coof that I addressed the positive comments. While people can say, I would have, you should have, we're talking about a young woman. And I don't know about other people with their children who are young adults. You can tell them to do a lot of things. Doesn't mean that they're going to do it.
Exactly.
Did I suggest to my daughter, hey, you want to get out of there? Because you can get out of there.
And that was going to be one of my questions. That was
Yeah.
one of my questions.
Mm-hmm. And I get it. And I told her I would feel comfortable if you did, but I get why you feel she wanted to stay because she was there first. This was her freedom. It was different than the dorm. And again, she's just not that person that walks around in fear. She trusted in the fact that the landlord was going to be paying attention now. She wasn't worried about it. But here's the thing. The young lady still continued the same antics, stealing from them, using their products, being rude to them. Even an incident where my daughter's boyfriend was there, whom she called every time the girl started antagonizing her. She just called him, come sit with me, and he would. But she felt it okay to come out of a shower and just drop her towel in front of this man. Um,
Mm.
And Tiana and the roommates kept telling Mr. Urban, hey, listen, we all here paying rent. None of us are causing any trouble. We keep telling you about this young lady. Why is she still here? And what Caitlin was explaining is that it seemed to be the weekends when her and the roommate wasn't there that the young lady would start antagonizing my daughter where no one else could see or be present. But Tiana was the type to talk to her friends. So she would put in the group chat, oh boy, here she go again. I'm just going to mind my business. She actually told the girl, and you can see in the chats, listen, I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to argue with you. I'm just asking you, leave my things alone. Because what you could have did was just ask me. I probably would have let you use it or have it. But don't steal from me. But at this point, just leave me alone. I will contact Mr. Irvin. Whatever the communications need to be, we can go through him. Mr. Irvin states that she was supposed to be moving out at the end of May because she wasn't paying rent anymore. Well, May came and left. We're in June. Then it was June. She was supposed to be leaving as well. June came and left. She was still there.
Not paying rent.
Not paying rent. Now, so you don't think, and he told me this himself, I'm so sorry for your loss. I sat down with her and I told her she was going to have to move out. And he says the young lady told him he was being unprofessional for asking her to leave. So
Now, was she a college student as well?
from what I'm not even really sure about that. What I know is she was about 4 years or more older than the other girls in the home. So
Wow.
I'm not sure if she was at school or not. I would assume so since this was being rented out to college students.
What did the other young lady say? Did they say that she was in school with them?
They said they didn't really see her much, but they believed that she was supposed to be enrolled in school.
Okay.
I don't know her. I never got to meet her. When I went down to stay with my daughter, she wasn't present. And I had been there several times, cooked dinner for the girls, hung out with the girls, and they were very nice, but I never met this young lady.
Okay. Okay. Have this young lady reached out to you or attempted to reach out to you since this occurred?
No. I can tell you that my youngest daughter, um, I have no idea how, but it is the correct phone number. I verified with the other roommates from the house chat. But she did reach out to her and ask her why my sister. And the girl told her, if you want to talk to me, I can talk to you, but I don't want to hear any threats. It wasn't my intention or my desire. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works.
Okay, so let's get into this next clip. After this next clip, this is another news clip. After this next clip, we do have the raw footage, and we're gonna show some of that footage, and then we're gonna walk through it together. Okay, here we go.
Police are investigating after someone stabbed a 21-year-old student to death just off of the Alabama State University's campus. That's in Montgomery.
Tiana Dye's family here in Metro Atlanta now trying to piece together what led to her death. 11 Alive's Teresa Bowles spoke with Dye's mother this afternoon. Teresa, what is her plea tonight for authorities?
Well, Jennifer, Tiana's mother is begging Montgomery police and the district attorney to investigate deeper into her daughter's death because despite there being no arrest yet, she believes she knows exactly who did it. Danielle Luckett's daughter, Tiana Dye, was her middle child, her heart. Over the weekend, Luckett's heart stopped.
They told me that my daughter came in with a stab wound and that they did everything they could, but they couldn't save her.
Luckett says Tiana was stabbed in the chest, and for the past 3 days, she hasn't been able to get the image out of her head.
I see her laying there, just trying to probably fight for her life. My heart breaks because I couldn't help her.
Luckett was home in Georgia, while Tiana was in Montgomery attending Alabama State University. She was studying this summer to be a dermatologist and would have been a senior this fall. Luckett says her daughter lived off campus on Clinton Avenue, less than half a mile from ASU. Montgomery police tell me Tiana was found dead Sunday morning, but the circumstances remain under investigation.
We are taking the next steps trying to find information. The roommates are offering the information. The DA's office needs to get on their job.
Luckett says she knows in her heart who did it and has the Ring camera video to prove it. We've chosen not to show the accusee because right now they are not considered a suspect. But here you see police going in and out of the home after the stabbing.
There's footage of her putting the knife on the porch.
A spokesperson for ASU released this statement in part, quote, "We offer the university's condolences and prayers to the family and friends of the deceased." But Luckett says she hasn't heard from police. She's hoping that'll change so she can make arrangements in peace.
I'm going to be on them like white on rice. You are going to get justice for my daughter.
The family started an online fundraiser. We'll have it linked on 11alive.com. Just search Tiana Dye.
Teresa, when you reached out to Montgomery police, did they have any other information to share with you today?
Well, a little, Jennifer. They're sticking to their original statement, but added that this case will be presented to a grand jury.
All right. So let's get into some of these text messages. Okay. Now this is I don't have them in order, unfortunately.
Okay.
I can, you know what, I'm gonna have to pull it up on my phone so that I can see them. You might have to as well, Danielle, to just pull them up when you sent them to me if you don't have them.
I have
Yeah,
them.
you do have them.
I absolutely do.
Okay. Which one do you know that you want to start with?
I actually have them in order on my phone. I took the
Okay.
time to screenshot the video that Caitlin made, in the order in which they were popping up. I screenshotted every one of them.
Okay, you want to read them then, or you want me
Uh,
to read them and you just tell me? Because the first one
um,
that I have says Tiana on it.
okay. So the very first one is Caitlin saying in September of last year, Tiana had a gun pulled out on her and was pistol whipped. Um, and it says Tiana, and of course her language is, you know, angry because she's angry. I don't know if you want me to read that.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
looking for it now, but go ahead.
Okay. She says, bruh, I'm effing mad about my lip. This ish is ugly as stuff. It don't hurt, it doesn't hurt, but it's just swollen. And her friend Caitlin told her put some ice on it. And how did that happen? She said, I told you she pulled a gun on me. She said, she hit you in the mouth with a gun. What the F? Yeah. And she said, "What the f?" And it says nothing was done about the situation, and our landlord Timothy Irvin allowed her to stay against our and our parents' wishes.
Okay.
The next one is to Mr. Irvin, and the caption says, "These are my personal texts with Mr. Irvin. I told him in December we needed an intervention." Um, Hey, Mr. Irvin, I know it's late, but I'm letting you know right now we are going to need another house intervention. I keep on having the same conversation about not touching people's stuff. I don't think that's a hard skill, but clearly it is. I just wanted to let you know what was going on because I'm not arguing with people that like to pull guns, nor with anybody. This is the same topic that keeps on getting brung up. Also, she was talking about she needed um, his maintenance person to fix her bed, and it says nothing was done. All Mr. Irvin replied was, "Can you call Kenny directly? I'm traveling today."
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, no addressing of the issues that she's presenting. Um,
Exactly.
the next one, and this is them talking with Tiana. Um, she's talking about the kitchen area. It needs to be wiped off too, not just straightened. It looks sticky. One of the other housemates said exactly. Um, Caitlin says, me and Tiana's messages from June 4th. She was fed up, tired of being provoked. All she wanted was to be left alone. I informed her to send everything to the landlord. And there's a text here that says, I don't know what's wrong with you, but please stop starting with me. I'm tired of fighting you, tired of talking to you, tired of even seeing you. Leave my stuff alone. Clean up behind yourself. Wash them dishes. Clean up your spills. Throw out your trash. Clean up that water and leave me the F alone. Dang, you so effing nasty, bro, and thieving and conniving, and I don't understand how people are even cool with you, bro. Stay away from my stuff and stay away from me. So she's pleading with this girl, please just leave me alone, please. The next one to Mr. Irving. Um, those are her messes, which is all in the common areas. She stole from me while I was gone instead of getting in contact with someone who has my number, preferably you, to ask me so I could have kindly told her no. It says these are Tiana's messages with Mr. Irvin. She sent them to me on June 4th. So now it is June 4th, 2024. Tiana has been pistol whipped, continues to be provoked, and now has been stolen from all by her now killer. As you can see from the messages, all she wants is to be left alone and have a clean house. So the messages here, that was the same one I just read. She just screenshotted it. Um, she says, "No, I didn't see it, and I'm not trying to cause trouble." I'm assuming it was supposed to say, "I'm tired of going back and forth with you. Don't speak to me. Don't ask me about nothing, period. Leave me alone and keep up. I'll, for now on, go to Mr. Irvin every time you don't clean up behind yourself. I'm tired of the petty antics. I'm tired of giving the same message and showing you the same BS you show everyone in this house. Mr. E will continuously speak to you because I'm done with you. I pray for anyone who enters your life because you ain't stuff. Because I refuse to curse on your show for real."
It's
Um,
okay. It's explicit language on the show, and everything is
okay,
allegedly too. But we all here with the
okay,
family. So go ahead,
yeah.
mom.
So on June 6th, she there was a call. It says on June 6, 2024, I received a call from Mr. Irving stating that our roommate has not been paying rent, that she is backed up on payments and will be out by the end of June. The end of June comes around, she has not left the house, doesn't show no signs of leaving. As tenants, we are wondering why she is getting to stay if no rent's being paid. What's going on? This one here, um, and this is Tiana talking to the group. I just cleaned off the kitchen sink counter and wiped it down. There should be no reason whatsoever that it ends up like that again. Whoever's dishes is in the sink is still in there. There are gnats starting to pop up again, and nobody has time for that. If you put something down the drain, turn the drain on. And the brown cutting board cabinet needs to be cleaned off properly. There are bugs coming from there with all the open food, which also creates mold. It shouldn't even be like that. And then it says July 14th, 2024, she texts in the group chat that she is cleaning and that is an absolute mess in the kitchen. So this message was the day of.
The day of. That's what I was gonna ask. That was the day of.
Day of, yes, ma'am. Um,
Okay.
and those are all of them. Um,
Okay. So we are gonna go ahead and get into the first video. This video shows her cleaning up, and
okay.
this probably was after. Well, yeah, after she sent the text message when she started
hmm
cleaning up. So here we go. Okay, y'all, we're gonna stop that right there, and we're gonna actually start that over again. You guys see her cleaning up, coming out with the trash and everything, and putting the trash bag inside of the trash can. So she was doing what she said she was gonna do in the text message. That's the point we're trying to make. And then all of a sudden, she goes inside, and she doesn't come back out. All of a sudden, you see a young lady come out and put an object, which we all can now say, Danielle, that it was a knife,
Yes,
that she
ma'am.
put the knife down on the porch, and then she walked away. She walked off. She had the white dress on. What we don't see, Danielle, is her going inside of the house. We just see Tiana coming out of the house cleaning up. But we don't see this young lady walk inside the house. We just see her coming out. Now, if you also pay attention, you see the times just as well. You see the times at the bottom. So pay attention to that as well. So let's start this clip over.
Everybody making notes. Did you take them? You take that whole shot. What y'all thinking about transporting her?
That ain't the suspect song. That's the victim song. That's the victim song. So we did get the granddaddy number.
You know there's a suspect song. No.
From the back desk to the magistrate, some get to the jail, some get mixed up. Some not get sick. So we may need to cut the back desk out.
I've done it. I don't know if I'm in trouble for it. I've done it myself. I just called the magistrate. Can you email it to me? I'll sign on my phone, send it back to you. She said, all right. Email it mine. I sign on my phone, send it back.
All right, then. Yeah, I know that was hard seeing that. But walk us through that. What did we just see? Did you talk to Tiana that day?
No, Tiana talked to me the day before. She texted me. I was out driving Uber Saturday. She was at work. She texted me, "Hi, mommy. Just checking on you. I feel like I haven't had time to talk to you much lately." And I said, "Hi, beautiful. How's your day going? I'm out working." She said, "I'm at work too, mommy."
We're talking about her financial aid, some possible resources that we could work on to get her a little more aid for school so she could take some more classes. And then we were to talk later. Uh, that morning, she talked to her boyfriend's sister about 7:30 or so, because it was her birthday. So Tiana called her, wished her happy birthday. Um, she was heading to work. She worked at the Ulta counter at Target, and she talked to her boyfriend. They FaceTimed. But when she got to work, she wasn't on the schedule. Um,
Hmm.
they were cutting hours. And so she said, okay, well, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna clean up. Um,
Wow.
and that is the last phone call she had was with her boyfriend. Um, I was out driving that morning too. Um, I'm a safe driver because I have other people's lives in my hands, I'm driving ride share. So I saw a call come through, but I didn't have my earpiece, so I couldn't just answer by talking. Um, I saw some text messages come through, and so I think I dropped the person off maybe about 10 minutes after I saw those, and that's an alert that somebody's trying to get you, because the number looked the same. And it was her boyfriend's mother and her boyfriend. The mom was calling me, he was texting me to say that the hospital called his mother. And the reason for that is, and Tiana talked to me about it, because they are right there. If there was an immediate emergency, she asked me if it was okay to put his mom down so that she knew somebody could reach me right away if she couldn't. Um,
Okay.
and the call was to call the hospital. And I called the hospital, and they told me that I needed to get down there. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Are you Tiana Dye's mother? Yes. What's happening? She's in college. I'm in Georgia. What's happening? Well, ma'am, you're gonna have to come down here. We can't say anything. And I told him, you're going to tell me something now because it's going to take me 3 hours to get there. And you want me to drive there wondering what in the world is happening that I'm driving to? You're going to tell me what's going on with my daughter now. Um, and I promise you, I feel like even though I might have been loud, my language wasn't that great. I feel like I pulled on this man's heartstrings because he put me on hold for about 5 seconds, like he went somewhere else to talk. And he told me that unfortunately my daughter had come in with a stab wound, and they did everything they could, but they couldn't save her. And when I tell you, it felt like a ton of bricks fell on my heart.
Um, y'all, let's go into a commercial break. Let's go into a commercial break, and we'll be right back. Hold on. Hey y'all, it's your girl, the missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. Thank y'all so much for joining me and Jason tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if we got a special guest, thank you, special guest. I thank you for coming, sharing your story. But y'all make sure y'all watch us each and every Wednesday, okay? Each and every Wednesday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time. Where you said? You said where? Roku TV, Facebook, YouTube, and also Twitch, baby. Twitch. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Peachy Tea Time, time spelled with a Y. And make sure you also follow me on all the other platforms just as well. Thank you so much for joining us each and every Wednesday, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Back to the show we go, baby. We going back. Bye. All right, Jason. I left Danielle down there for a little while. Cause this is hard, y'all. This is hard. Jason, what do you have to say right now?
Damn, I knew he was gonna call me first. Yo, oh man, I'm speechless. I circle back to my memory of being 21 in college, 5 hours away from my mother. Just a quick phone call. We ain't talked to you in a minute, and man, I got tears, man. I got 3 girls. Well, at some point they're gonna go to college. That is probably the most terrifying call. I'm not answering phone calls after that. I'm done. Yeah, text me. Oh man, my heart goes out to you, Danielle. This weighs heavy. Probably part of the heaviest show that I've been a part of since being here, just because everything relates all so close to me.
Exactly. You do have 3 girls.
It's really tough, and I'm here for you as much as I can be. I know that's the language we all use in these kind of moments, and sometimes we just don't know what to say. So I'm here. I know I don't have magic words. None of that's gonna ease the pain and all, but know that you have a prayer warrior with you. I'll say that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Like I told y'all in the beginning, I saw this story on on Leah Gordon. I've been watching Leah for a long time. Actually, before I even started Peachy Tea Time, I was watching her. And when I saw her do Danielle's story, one of the first things that I noticed was it looked like a documentary, and that was different for her. And so I was like, oh, let me keep watching. And before I could even get to the end, I was in tears. And it weighed heavy on me. And it still weighs heavy on me because this young lady is still walking the streets. She has pistol whipped her. She's stolen from her. And now she stabbed her to death. We don't know what happened inside that house. All we know, it was a little bit of minutes that went past. Charlotte, is there anything you want to say right now? I'm trying my best to hold my tears in. I'm trying my best, but I know they're going to flow by the end of the night.
My heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to you, Mom. This is a tragedy. It's senseless crimes. And just, it does, as Jason said, you think back to your college days and even roommates that, that I've had, and the horrific stories that you have just from having roommates, but it just didn't turn out like this. But my heart goes out to you. And we are here for you, and as you go along, anything that we can do, anything that we can help you with, and telling your story and making sure that, justice is served, and calling each and every day. You can give us numbers so we can start calling, so we can start, asking them, what is it that you're doing, flooding their lines? Because again, a lot of times, because I might say it how I say it, because of our color, because of, even amongst us, it just it falls by the wayside for whatever reason. And I work in a school setting, and I tell my parents all the time, the squeaky wheel gets heard because it's one of me and a whole bunch of them. But if you in my face and standing on my desk all the time, I have no choice but to know that you mean business and I need to do whatever it is. And I say that to you, like, just share whatever number, whoever it is that we need to call and flood their lines and let them know that we mean business and that we want justice.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Please, Danielle, please give me that information when you get the chance to.
I will.
In the comments, hey Carmen. Carmen said, is that them walking around the knife? And did they look at the video?
That is them walking around the knife. And if you listen to the clip, they're making comments about the knife being there and that something's not right, something's missing, something's not being said. You hear that. Um, you know, I honestly, from what I was told or the young lady stated, she tried to help my daughter. Okay, you tried to help someone with a bloody stab wound that you took the knife out of, which means she's probably bleeding out. Where's the blood on you? Why are your hands clean? You're wearing a white dress. Your hair's nice and neat. Where's the self-defense? Where's the struggle that you had where you chose to pick up the knife and stab my daughter? Where's that evidence at? And the police is standing there. It's honestly, it seems as if it's not a big deal for them. Like, and I'm sorry, but another brown girl going, okay, this happens. Yeah, no, that's not how it's gonna end. Um, you walk out of the house with someone there whom you so-called claim not to have stabbed intentionally, but you didn't run out of the home screaming as if you were fearful for your own life, that you stabbed this
Exactly.
person because they were trying to harm you. You walked out of that house, placed the knife down, and walked around the corner with your phone in a hand. When were you calling police? When did you call for help? There's neighbors and there's footage from across the street that shows, I mean,
We
I
have that footage as well.
I'm trying to figure this thing out. This boggles the mind for me. And I know that we've all seen cop shows and ambulance coming and wounds and how they run in and they're rushing out there working while they're moving, working while they're moving. Why were they just sitting out on the lawn with my daughter? Why were they just sitting there on the lawn with my daughter like there was no sense of urgency? I need to know the answer to that.
Now, the young lady,
I need to know, was she already dead, but they needed to take her to the hospital to have her pronounced and ain't nobody saying nothing. That's what I need to know. But nobody won't tell me. I can't see any records. Oh, we can't divulge that information. When the DA gets it, then you can talk to them about it. Okay, well, I showed up at the police station right after the balloon release with a flash drive with a code on it, with all the stuff that you showing right now, and said somebody got to do something. And until the chief detective gets this, you won't see it. He's gonna have to call me to let me know it's in his hands. Then he can get the code to unlock it. Because I need to know that evidence is there. Because why am I looking for this evidence? Why am I bringing you this evidence? Why aren't you out there trying to find it? Why was she just held, not arrested, and taken word for self-defense before an investigation was even done? I'm not understanding.
now we have some questions in the chat. Let me see. Amber asks why she's not in jail. Right here. Why she not in jail? Go
Hi,
ahead.
Amber. I don't know why she's not in jail. There's a lot of pieces that seem to be missing. Number one, not paying rent in a home, terrorizing the other housemates who are paying rent, using weapons and unnecessary force against other people in the household. I'm not understanding why she was still there and now my daughter's stabbed, but she just walks away with this and self-defense. How do you take the word for that? How do you not say hold her until we investigate further? I don't get it. But I can say this to you, she will be. She's
I
not
know that's right.
she's not on bond.
No, yeah, she's not on bond, honeydew. Um, did she ever go to the jail?
Yep. Not in handcuffs. Just walked to the car and taken where her mom was allowed to pick her up and bring her back to the home to get her things, which Mr. Irvin told me when he called me that evening. I didn't answer, but I called him the next morning that he told her mother that she can come with her daughter and take her daughter and her stuff and not come back. But there's footage that she came back the day after me and my family went to get my daughter's belongings.
But so that's what it took. They been trying to get her up out of there. So this is what it took for him to say, "Oh, now you got to go and you can't come back."
And then he evicted the other young ladies right afterwards.
Wow.
Yep, while they were on summer vacation, they were on their way back and got a message about eviction. And Caitlin let me know that he also terminated their access to the Ring camera right after that last footage she sent me with the girl talking into the camera.
Oh yeah, that's what it's too. Mom. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Charlotte.
So, is there any relation between the homeowner and the young lady?
And that's where the light bulb comes on, because I don't understand any other reason why she was still there. Everyone's asking that question.
And then my other question, when the first assault happened, did the young ladies and your daughter, did they file charges at that point against her, even either on campus or with the police?
With the police, they did not. And I told my daughter, I said, listen, I can call the police from here. But she trusted in Mr. Irvin because he was a professor. He never gave her any reason to think that he would not protect them. But I told her she should have done so. She
So
felt
he's a professor on campus?
he is a professor at ASU.
So have you brought this to ASU's attention as far as the whole incident is concerned and sent them videotapes and when your daughter was texting back and forth?
So before I even got to do it, Caitlin did. She wrote the school and student affairs a formal letter from start of incidents to the very end and got no response.
Wow.
None.
And he's still there now as a professor?
Caitlin states that she has not seen him on campus, and Jayla says the same. But we don't know. At the balloon release, the vice president, Ms. Moody, came down and gave me what felt like, I'm going to call it a fake hug. But the president did not come back.
So I'm gonna need for us to call them as well, and they need to be, at least acknowledge, if nothing else, but to acknowledge you and any pain and suffering that they have caused on, because again, that's one of their employees, number one, and that's the safety of their students that was neglected because of the situation and it wasn't dealt with properly. So, and no, yes, I understand it's off campus, but they still have some liability when it comes to their students to at least acknowledge.
I want
Absolutely.
to verify. That's what I want to do. I want to verify that he gone. Like there's no reason for him to be there any longer
No.
as a
Well,
professor. But
him
you,
being gone but still owning the property and still allowing students to live there is still an issue because that
exactly,
means you'll let it happen again.
that is true.
Well, I don't think that he's gonna allow anybody to live there at this moment. I'll be honest with you and say that um when Caitlyn and Jayla, because of the eviction notice that they did receive, went to go remove their things from the home, he began gutting out the kitchen and tearing things up in the bathroom. And honestly, I feel like there was a reason for that. I feel like, this young lady, you claim you helped my daughter, you have on a white, clean dress. Where's the clothes you had on before that? Where'd you wash your hands or your body for that matter? But I do know that I have had an attorney for 2 months now. And there's things called spoilage letters that have gone out. And that means that any evidence of any kind is to be shared with the attorney. And also, there's been some statutes in which there can be a case brought up against the school that the attorney is working on, as well as a suit against for wrongful death, premise liability for the landlord.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
there was a sure case of negligence, especially when you were made aware of a situation, and even as a homeowner or the landlord, and knowing the situation, even if you didn't do anything, but he should have notified the police of the situation that was
exactly.
going on in his home. So that's a failure on his part as well.
Hmm.
Exactly. I agree 100% on that. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get into this next footage, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, that ain't the only one that came. They had police all the way up that way, all the way back down this way.
Yeah. Leah. Leah. Leah.
We get other responses. It's a tape and it'll take so.
To spread lies. Don't want to show that I tried to help you.
All right. We are back. We are back. We are back.
Does that look like someone moving out or moving in? Because that's a few days after.
Oh, that's a few days after.
Few days after.
So that's why so that was her that had the green on.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I was trying to figure that out when I first saw the clips. But that yes, it was a different day. And she came in and spoke in the camera. So she knew at that time that they had some footage. And what was that she said when she came into the camera?
Stop spreading lies. And if there's a part of it where she says, "You ain't talking about when I tried to help the girl."
Yeah, I heard that part.
Uh-huh.
But the first part was stop spreading lies.
Mm-hmm.
She knew y'all was gonna see that.
And right after that, Mr. Irvin cuts the access of the other young ladies. And she looks like she's moving in. They're taking in what looks like groceries.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, Carmen said, who are those people?
Her parents.
Mm-hmm.
Her parents.
So, what did she exactly say happened inside the house?
Who, the girl?
Yes.
No one is telling me a thing.
So, what is she talking about when she says stop spreading lies? What lies are y'all spreading if you don't know nothing that happened in the house?
Sounds like guilty conscience to me.
It sure in the hell do.
And let me backtrack. So at the beginning, we saw her doing the cleaning. And did they investigate like what she was cleaning or where it was? And
she was in the kitchen cleaning. If you look at the text messages, there was also a photo of she was showing the roommates what it is she was cleaning, the gnats that were there. She was saying whoever's dishes were there, she left those there, but she cleaned everything else in the kitchen, emptying the trash. So she was in the kitchen first.
Okay.
She's done this before, where she's deep cleaned the entire home, other than each person's room, you know.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
This is sad. This is really, really.
I do want to say, and Honeydew said the Magic City Classic is coming. I would love for you to organize and strategize with family, friends, and the school to get the story out. Let's make some noise. Say her name.
Oh, the young lady's name?
No, your daughter's name.
My daughter's name. Of course, I would be glad to. I make it my business to show up when they reach out to me and say they're doing something in honor of my daughter. I show up because they're showing up. So I'm going to show up personally. And I like to make sure that everyone knows how much I truly appreciate the love that they're showing for my daughter, because it exudes the love she showed to them. And I truly appreciate it.
Now, Danielle, when you go, let me know so I can stand with you. And if Charlotte is available, because Charlotte is here just as well in Georgia, if she's available, we can all get together and we can stand with you. So
And Classic Weekend. Honeydew, when is Classic Weekend? So mom will know.
Please let
I think
us
it's I know it's in October.
Tell Honeydew, if you would message request me on Facebook so that I could communicate with you.
Yes, please do. And at the end of the show, she will be letting you all know how you can find her. Now, Honeydew also said, why didn't they tape off the house? Why and how was she allowed back into a crime scene?
I'm wondering the same things that everyone else is wondering, which says a lot that everyone is asking the same questions, which says to me, wow, that's my birthday.
Wow.
And I'm having a hard time being happy about my birthday because my baby made it to my birthday I don't care what she had to do. She made it to my birthday. Okay.
Well,
But
we're
yeah.
gonna try to make it.
Oh,
We're gonna try to make it, and we're gonna try to go together. Yeah, we are about to get into the tribute video now. Usually play it when we come back from commercial, but there was one more footage also, Danielle, but it was blurry when it was sent to me. I don't know if you want me to play it or not. What I'll do is I'll start playing it. If it's too blurry for you and you want me to take it down, because it might be a point in that video that you want to share with us. I'm not sure. But just do like this because I can see you down there. Do like this if you want me to take it down. Okay.
okay.
So let's go into this video, y'all. And it is blurry, y'all. Here we go.
That's the murder? Yes. Well,
She said, of course, I think she went next door. She tried to get the guy to take her to the hospital. That's the right here. And she got downstairs with her.
Let's her do all her overalls and stuff, and then we'll go from there. And I can see how many bedrooms and stuff they got down there.
3 or 4, I want. I'm gonna get that photo out of these.
All right. You can put her phone in.
Don't goddamn come now. We got all 2 hours. Oh, yeah. So we like, what the hell is going on? I don't think it's locked. Yeah. Hate to meet you under these circumstances. Yeah. I'm sorry. You better find one in the house. Well, hold on. For late payment, with my file. Yeah, so yeah, that's they've had a couple altercations, and I've got all.
How
He
is he
just said,
allowed to remove anything from that home? Walking in and out without, I mean, I see the police with him, but there's no tape, there's no barriers, no nothing. I'm not understanding.
And then didn't he admit that there were
She
late
wasn't paying
payments
rent.
as well as that there were altercations? He admitted it, like, and while you were swinging your legs, as it was
On a
that the
sort.
day of.
Yes. So this is the thing here, right? Um, if you're saying, oh yeah, I know about a couple of altercations, but when the girls were telling you they felt unsafe, that they feel like they shouldn't have to live in this type of atmosphere, you did nothing. But now you're saying, oh yeah, I knew this stuff, and she wasn't paying rent. So why was she not evicted?
You didn't
You
even serve her with the 30-day notice or anything, so
Nothing.
Nothing. And neither did he serve the young ladies he evicted afterwards. He told them they had to be out by the end of the week.
And my thing is, I understand, everybody got to get paid. I get that. I can't get past that he knew that she pistol whooped Tiana. And you didn't even let her go for that. Like, oh my gosh. He might as well have evicted everybody else and left her in the house by her damn self.
So,
That's how I feel.
mm-hmm.
You should have evicted everybody else, but if you would have did that, you wouldn't have got no money at all.
At all.
I cannot believe this was a professor. I cannot believe this was a professor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to do something. We got to do something.
Yes,
and just as a parent, as an adult, did he ever reach out to you as the mom of someone whose child had been, victimized in his home?
I saw a missed call that Sunday evening, but I saw it in the morning. And I looked at it and I said, okay. So I didn't know whose number it was. He never reached out to me for anything, but Tiana talked to me. She talked to her sisters. And when I called, I said, someone called me from this number. He said, oh, it's Irvin. I first give my condolences. I just don't understand why something like this would happen. He admitted to the fact that he told the young lady that she had to leave. He told me out of his own mouth that she wasn't paying rent and that she needed to leave. And he sat her down and told her she was going to have to move. And she responded to him and said that he was being unprofessional for asking her to leave. Now, you don't think that the person she's been taunting the most in that home, that while you're telling her she has to leave, nothing's going to transpire? You didn't feel like you should check up on that house regularly since you did that? You didn't think that you told the girls that you did it. They don't have any proof other than you saying it out loud, or texting it. But you didn't think that you should be paying attention to their safety, being that everything that was going on in that home?
He should definitely be accountable.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Definitely. All right. Let me see. Carmen said, how in the world was she just able to walk away from this unscathed? No justice in this at all.
She may
Not
be
yet. Not yet.
Yeah, there you go.
Not yet. Not yet.
Have to speak it into existence.
Exactly. This happened in July of this year. Sometimes people don't get justice till about 4, 5, 10, 12 years down the line. But guess what? It comes back. And like I always tell people, if a person don't get locked up for what they did, always remember, God has the biggest revenge.
I'm a baby.
Hey, yes, he does. And
You could be watching this person walking down the street and all of a sudden their arm fall off. You like, what is going on? Every time I turn around, something bad happening to this girl. Oh my god, did you see how she look now? Is she on crack? Oh my god, is this going like you could be sitting there watching a person just crumble right before your eyes. And it's because they done did something wrong.
God's justice is always much better than ours.
Ain't it
You
though?
better say it. You better say it.
And I
Well,
trust him, and he's leading me, and I'm
yes.
taking every step the right way. And I'm not
Amen.
going to sit here and pretend I'm not human and not that I didn't have other thoughts. But right after that
Amen.
thought, the other thought,
He steps in.
most important thought came in, and that's do it right. I will guide
Do
you.
it right.
Amen.
Do it right. Amen.
Because
Well,
as we have been talking, I was sitting here thinking, oh, we would have loaded up by now. We would have been
like, come on, Danielle and Charlotte. Let's go do our thing right quick. We gotta
About
make it back
mine.
to
Oh,
first time.
we would have loaded up already. Like, oh, on our way. We're on our way.
And I feel
Exactly.
it. I trust me, I do. But and I don't know. And I said this to my kids, my husband, my grandbaby, sitting there at that moment in tears, saying, "I don't know how I'm saying this to you, but I'm telling you, we cannot do it that way."
Strength.
Yeah.
It's God. That's nothing but God.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, Danielle, we are about to we've come to the end of the show. So we are about to play Miss Tiana Dies tribute video. So let's go ahead and take this banner down. And you guys, we're gonna see it twice. We're gonna see it twice. We're gonna see it once now, and then we're gonna see it at the end of the show. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. Now, I'm gonna pull Danielle down and Charlotte down. Jay, look, Jay, you see Jay put that little, he got that little smirk up, like, yeah, it's about that time. It's about the time. Jay, that's why he my co-host, baby. That's why he my co-host. He already know what I'm finna do before I even do it. Now, this is the time that me and Jason say our little speech, and then we go ahead and play this little tribute. Okay. Um, we still looking for justice. We are still looking for justice. So while I'm talking and Jason is talking, I think we could go ahead, Jason, and put up if you know something, say something. Because you best believe she gonna talk. She gonna tell somebody. It's gonna weigh her down, baby. It's gonna weigh you down. I know you watching. I know you saw this flyer out there. Baby, it's gonna wear you down. So I'm just gonna sit back. We're gonna see what happens with you. But we pray that you or whoever else you done confided in and told exactly what happened inside that house. We hope that you decide to wake up in the morning after it just been weighing on your spirit all night after watching this show. We pray that you get up and you walk, you catch an Uber, you call your homegirl, your homeboy, whoever, to take you down to that police station and tell the truth. Now, Jason, take it away.
Yo, look, the evidence is gonna get you, so it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like it just might help your spirit just to say something. The evidence is loud and clear, friend. I'm sorry to tell you, it's only a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? Once, like what Danielle say, I'm just waiting on them to call me so I can give them the password.
I'm just waiting.
I was just waiting for them to call me so I can give them the password so they can see all of this evidence. Because I don't know why they shuffling their feet, but it's Alabama. It's small little town. I know it's a college town. It might be a city too. I get it. I hear you. They shuffling their feet. But
Yeah.
Miss Ma'am, it might just be better for you to go on down to the precinct. Just go and let it off your spirit. You might have a better chance with God than with this evidence. Because this evidence is going to wrap you up. I don't know what to tell you. And as far as that that professor go, sir, get your affairs in
Mm.
order. Get your affairs in order, because you right after. There's absolutely no way you slumlording out here and you think it's okay. Yeah.
Think it's okay.
One thing I didn't like, I think I want one particular officer as well. The one officer that was walking by, it was like, oh, it's good to meet you under these, it's not, in these circumstances. Yeah, I'm like, what? What? Sir. I get what you're doing. I get it. Come on now. But y'all know what y'all there for. Ain't none of that. Find out, do your job, and get this shit solved. You heard? That's all I'm saying.
I hope they heard. Hope they heard.
Go ahead. Go to precinct. Say something to help your spirit. Because once they get the evidence, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. But until then, I want you, because I know you watching, I want you to check out this tribute video, what you did to this girl. Here we go.
Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? Oh, I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Oh, would you help me stand if I saw you in heaven? Oh, I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Oh, here in heaven. Oh, 'cause I don't belong here in heaven.
Amen. Amen.
Gorgeous.
Yep.
She was absolutely gorgeous.
right.
I had to put the cameras in there. She loved taking pictures. She loved taking pictures. Yeah, this is hard. This could have been
Yep.
any of our kids.
Most definitely.
My babies, they ain't even got there yet. Jason kids, they ain't even got there yet. You trust that they go to school to learn,
Be safe.
be safe, to make something better of themselves, to help their family, just as well. You have to think about that. We had the airman, mom, Senior Airman Roger Fortson. His mom was on last week with the police officer that shot and killed him. And she said that, he went to the Air Force to make a better life, not just for him, but their entire family. She said she struggled. And he was their way of getting to a better place. So don't think these kids just go to school just for themselves all the time. You know, you can say why she didn't leave all day long. Because I know that's a lot of, that's the number one question that a lot of people ask, I'm sure. When she was pistol whooped, why didn't she leave then? Why did it keep going on and on and on when she had the means to leave? But like Danielle said, she wasn't backing down. She was there first. That girl, she didn't know this was going to happen. Even after the pistol whip, I'm sure they said something to each other, something from the time that happened to the time that they passed that she was murdered. I'm sure something was said in between that time that made her feel comfortable to stay there even longer. But she always knew in the back of her head, like my husband say, she gonna hang herself. She gonna hang herself. She gonna figure out that she ain't got no choice but to go. And we all will be back in here happy with just us. But I'm here to tell y'all now, with Danielle right here, anybody, any young person that's watching right now, if you ever feel uncomfortable anywhere and you have the means to leave.
Yes.
I don't care where you at. Because this just didn't have to happen here at an apartment. I'm sorry, at a house. This happened all the time at clubs, parties, everywhere. You can't say nothing to nobody nowadays without them getting upset and ready to take a life.
So, and I've had this story of being that person too who, oh, you're not going to run me off, you're not going, and my story could have wound up a lot worse than, whatever the situation was. And and I don't know, it's that bravo that just takes over us and, necessarily. And so parents, if you're paying attention, we tell these stories for a reason because so that you don't make the same mistakes, so that you will see the signs, so that you will pay attention to those little things, because your story might not be the same, but we surely don't want the same ending. I know Ms. Danielle does not want you to have to be in her position and have to miss your child like she's missing hers. So please pay attention. And if your child is complaining about, because people are crazy, and if they're complaining about their roommates, get them out of that situation. Don't keep them there.
Exactly.
Please.
Jason, before we go, is there anything that you want to say tonight?
Again, you have a prayer warrior with you, Danielle, and I'll be praying for you and your family. Such a tragedy, such a tragedy.
Yes.
There's so many holes in this story that needs to be filled ASAP, Rocky. And I hope that you get this call tomorrow where they like, hey, I need a passcode. You gave us a USB drive and we need a passcode to open it. And then from there, everything just starts to fall in place.
He did.
Good.
He called. I gave it to him. He told me I can call him, the chief detective. I don't have to call the detective on the case anymore. If I have questions, need to say anything, I can contact him personally.
Blessings.
Amen.
Blessings. I love it. I love it.
Amen.
It's all going to fall in place from here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna push Charlotte down and Jason down. If y'all can stay on just for a second, after I end the broadcast, Danielle, I'm gonna say the same thing to you. If you could stay on for a couple seconds after I end the broadcast, I'd appreciate that. Um, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for coming on the Peachy Tea Time, for sharing your story, your loved one's story, your baby's story. I know it wasn't easy at all, but God gave you the strength to get through it, and He's gonna give you the strength to make things easier for you, because you never get through as far as get over it. You never get over it. This is something that's with you to the day that you die. But God will give you the strength to make it a little bit easier to deal with day by day. Okay.
Amen. Yes.
Now, I truly meant what I said. I stand with you. Anytime you have any event that you have to get at, you got to go to, um, courts, anything that you need somebody to stand with you, contact me. We both here in Georgia. I'm with you. I mean, we ride together to Alabama. I trust you. I know we gonna make it there and make it back safely. Then, yeah, I know. No, we gonna have a good time when
Yeah.
we go, baby. But thank you so much. And I always let my guests in the show. That was one thing I didn't tell you. But I always let my guests in the show, and I will give you the question that I want you to answer. So you don't have to worry about that. Again, please stay on for a couple minutes after I end the broadcast so I can talk to you. And when you're done saying what you have to say, baby, all you gotta do is put that church finger up like that. Now don't forget to put the church finger up. Cause I ain't gonna do nothing till that church finger come up. Cause sometimes people forget. And I just be down there like, okay, when they gonna put it up? So put
Okay.
that church finger up when you ready. But Danielle, please be mindful when I ask you this question. Please be mindful that you are in the process of trying to get justice. You're so close, baby. You are so close. And it's going to happen. But just keep that in mind when I ask you this question. Um, the question is, if you can talk to that young lady right now, like I said, keep in mind that you know, you almost at the end. But if you could talk to this young lady right now, what would you say to her? And then put that one finger up. And don't forget to you can start with telling everybody where they can find you at. Then you go into that. All right. All right, y'all. We will see y'all on Friday with me and my husband. Jason, my co-host, my Wednesday night co-host for y'all. Y'all the first time here. But me and my husband will be on Friday for love and relationships. We also throw crime in there just as well because that's what Peach Tea Time is about, baby. That's what we bring to the table over here. So, Danielle, again, thank you so much. Friday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And after Danielle, we will go into the tribute video again. And make sure y'all stick around, baby, because you gotta listen to my babies. Okay? Yeah, they in the show. They sure do. So you gotta listen to my babies. All right, Danielle. Don't forget to put that church finger up, girl.
Okay.
Love you, boo.
Love you too. Um, you all can find me on Facebook as Danielle Luckett. Not hard to find. That's where I am most of the time. Um, what I would say to Demarius Leah Winborn, um, you stole from me. You stole from her. I don't hate you, but most definitely justice will be served and you will have to take accountability for your actions. The Lord above is going to make that happen. And I pray that in your moments of suffering that you change your ways, repent to God, and change your life.
would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? Oh, I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Oh, would you hold my hand if I saw you in heaven? Oh, would you help me stand if I saw you in heaven? Oh, I'll find my way through night and day, 'cause I know I just can't stay here in heaven. Oh, oh, here in heaven. Oh, 'cause I don't belong here in heaven.
All right, y'all. I cannot leave tonight without showing you guys the GoFundMe for Tiana Die. In memory of Tiana Die, support is needed. So if you guys could please, 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 please make a donation. If you can't do it tonight, just make sure you keep it in your heart, keep it in your mind and your spirit, and please give when you can. Okay? In memory of Tiana Die, support needed. I will be posting it on my page just as well on my Facebook page. So you'll be able to see it from there. And make sure y'all donate. All right. I love you guys. Bye. You know what you gotta do. You gotta listen to my babies.
Return, please return.